Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We've got the American League Championship Series on the show. It's the New York Yankees taking on the Houston Astros. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shammy. And Singy, there's been a lot to talk about already in this series as we head into Game 4.
Well, if the first 3 games are any indication, this has the look of a series that'll go all the way to Game 7, Boog. I think this is a classic matchup, and we've seen momentum change course a few times already. But I'll tell you what, I think whoever takes this one will be feeling really good about their chances the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's a good point. We've seen it before. Even when you're down 2-1, it seems like a win in Game 4 can propel you to a series win more often than not. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go, and on the mound in this one, Hunter Brown.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
All right, ready to go here, and stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. And he deals. Tap foul at the plate. Yo one. Swinging a foul straight back. Going 2 now. Stays alive. Swings and misses, struck him out.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
And now Jason Dominguez. Just off the inside edge. Packed house here at Dyken Park. One out, bases empty. Swings and misses, and the count is 1-2.
2 strikes.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Altuve slings to first. Quick start here this evening. 2 out, top of the first. And time now to check out the New York Yankees lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit. And then when he does come in the zone, you may only get 1 pitch. You better not miss it.
Aaron Judge stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever, if they do at all.
Yeah, that's fouled off. 2 outs, base is empty. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Down in order go the Yankees. And now the Astros go to work for the first time. No score. This is the American League Championship Series on the show. Back here with my pal Siggy. And towing the slab in this one, Clark Schmidt.
Well, the big thing is that the way he holds his curveball, it's more of a knuckle curve. And because of that, it's less predictable in terms of the break for the hitter. That makes it that much harder to hit this guy.
Bottom of the first. And now the shortstop, Jeremy Pena.
The shortstop, Jeremy Pena.
Right through there for a strike. Swing and a foul out of play. Next offering misses, and a count 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Good eye right there.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
And there's the ball. To third. McMahon. On to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. Now we check out the Astros lineup. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup is a bit unusual against a right-handed pitcher.
Yeah, Boone, certainly bucks the old conventional wisdom, and I'm not sure I see the vision from the manager on this one. You're not exactly putting your players in the best situation to succeed when you roll out a lineup like this. Maybe they've seen something on video that tells them there's a weakness to exploit. Perhaps that's it.
And first offering is fouled off. Schmidt, when you talk about his skill set, he stops teams from getting hits. That's the thing that he's so good at. He's just really difficult to get base hits against. Next offering way off the plate.
Well, he's got power, and he has a reputation of being a strike thrower. So, to his advantage, he can expand the zone.
Next pitch is outside.
He can throw that fastball slightly above the top of the strike zone to get hitters to chase. He can also break it off because when you're geared up for good velocity, it's hard to stay back. You have to make a decision really early.
Line drive. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. So what's the approach from an offensive perspective against a guy that doesn't give up a lot of hits?
I think you just kind of have to lean out over the plate and take your base. But seriously, you just have to try to shorten up. I think guys choking up on the bat a little bit to have some more bat control, be a little bit quicker, and don't get greedy.
Isaac Paredes in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. There's a swing and a drive. Fair ball. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Here's Yordan Alvarez. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Man at second. Hard hit left side. Volpe throws it to first in time. And they get the out on Alvarez.
Batting fifth, third baseman, Carlos
Here's Carlos Correa.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
That's in there. It's 0-1.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
And that one a little below the knees. 1-1. And there's the ball. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Judge makes the play, and that is that. Astros pick up a run on the RBI double. It's now 1-0. Fourth game of the ALCS. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Brown, a 6'2" righty, 220 pounds, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2019. In the postseason, you see just how important every last play can be. You never know what's going to make the difference in the end. The pitch timer expired before he started his windup, so that's a ball.
That must be incredibly frustrating for the pitcher, but this is all about creating more action and speeding up the game, and it's working.
And that's outside. And now 3-0.
Like you said, Boog, every play is so pivotal at this point of the year. As a player, you've got to be locked in. Can't make a mistake that could cost your team the season.
Fouled off down the right side. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into left field. So a man on base to start the inning.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
So the batter now will be Trent Grisham. Check swing, called strike. Tying run is at first here in game 4 of the ALCS. And that one is downstairs. And now it's even 1-1. Mike Fillmore, our plate umpire. Very consistent with his zone, Chris. Gets a lot of praise for that.
He does, Boog. And I think that with any umpire, you really just want them to be consistent. Fillmore's a guy that does a good job back there in that way. So people around the league really appreciate his consistency.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, that's not the best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
Ben Rice stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. That's in there, and the count 1-1. comes up empty. That's strike two.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it. Still try to get that ground ball double play.
Strike three, and that's two in a row.
No, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him in the scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. That's in for a strike. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Two outs, and that just misses. In the dirt. Good eye in that spot.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Not what he wanted to do there, Boo. That keeps this inning alive and gives this offense a good chance to cut into their deficit.
Here's Ryan McMahon now. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
0-1's the count.
Tying run in scoring position here at the top of the second. Outside low. Ball one. And that one fouled off. Now it's belted deep to left, way out of here, home run. And now they're out in front. It's 3-1.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park.
And Paul Goldschmidt will come up to hit. This to third. Correa over to first. And that'll do it. But the biggest swing of the inning comes right here, a 3-run homer. And this is now a 3-1 ball game. You're watching the American League Championship Series on the show. Back here in Houston, bottom of the second. Vic Caratini at the plate.
Victor Caratini.
Schmidt back to work. Just missed. Two balls, no strikes to count.
Right now, behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. No free passes. You can't allow that.
Just missed. That one drilled left field. Puts it away for the out.
Second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. Altuve with a couple of homers in his last game. Pitch misses there. 1-0. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. And the postseason success continues for him.
He was all over that one. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Jesus Sanchez up next for the Astros.
This is a hitter who takes his game to another level, playing at night.
Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Here comes a pitch. That's off the inside corner, and the count is 1-1. In the air, left field, Dominguez brings it in, and there's 2 down.
Batting ninth, center fielder, Jake Myers.
So up next, Jake Myers. Feels like it's less common today that you see a guy like this. The speed component, the contact component, but lack of power. And a swing and a miss there.
He just has to understand that his skill set is unique, and he's very valuable for any ball club. If he does that, he'll play a long time in this league.
Not close with that one, and that is ball 1. On the ground to third. On to Jazz, and that will end the inning. So 1 hit is all they get. We head on down to the top of the third. Yankees 3 and the Astros 1. All set for shortstop, Anthony Volpe.
Charlie's back out here for the third, and after the first couple of innings, pretty rough. I think the skipper's looking for him to give him a little bit of length, see if he can save the bullpen some.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Up the middle. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Now batting, left fielder, Jason Dominguez.
Now the number 2 hitter, Jason Dominguez. He's 0 for 1. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
And he hits a ground ball right side. Altuve slings to first. First two batters retired here in the top of the third.
Now batting, right fielder, Aaron Judge.
Here comes Aaron Judge. Struck out swinging his first time. Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates' feet.
In plenty of time to first. Judge out on the play. And the Yanks go quietly. 1-2-3 go the Yankees. And the score stays 3-1. Back here in Houston as we go to the last of the third. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Jeremy Pena. And that skips into dirt. High chopper to third. Whips it to first. One up, one down.
Now batting, number 11.
And next to hit for Houston, Cam Smith. Just missed. Next offering is fouled back. Close, but called a ball. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Right through there for a strike. Hit on the ground to short. Throws to first in time. Out on a bang-bang play, but he made it close.
Well, he's one of the best shortstops in the sport, no doubt about it. And he put his skills on display once again right there. Great stop on the backhand, but it was the transfer and throw for me that really stood out. With the speed going down the line, there's no way he gets the out any other way. That was impressive.
Paredes in the box here lets that one go for a ball. And that's downstairs. 2 balls, no strikes.
Got to be real careful here. 2-0. He's hunting for his pitch.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. He's got it, and that is out number 3. And welcome back to the ballpark. On to the 4th. And here is Giancarlo Stanton. And that chops in for a strike.
You know, these Yankees doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Has room, and he makes the catch.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
Now it's Trent Grisham to the plate. His first at bat was a strikeout. And it's fouled away. Brown winds and deals. And a foul ball. The next offering misses. Going to count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Base is empty, 1 away here in game 4 of the ALCS. Missed with a changeup. Ball 2.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. He sends it out of here. And they add a run. It's 4-1.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Here's the Yankees catcher now, Ben Rice. Struck out swinging his first time. Swinging a foul straight back. One down, base is empty. And that's in the dirt.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Next pitch is outside. Yankees up by 3. Lined, and that's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Chisholm stands in now and watches strike 1. And a big swing and a miss.
Very well executed changeup right there. If he can command the fastball consistently, that's going to be an important pitch in terms of him turning this outing around.
That's out.
He goes down looking.
Well, I'm not really sure why he let that one go by. I mean, out of the hand, it had a lot of the strike zone. Sure, it had some good arm side run at the end to move to the outside part of the plate. But with 2 strikes, you got to be ready to swing it there, and you can't leave it in the umpire's hands.
Popped up. Altuve nabs it, and that is that. Solo homer extends the Yankees lead. It's now a 4-1 ball game. Every time you see me, I got something new. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. So now the Astros designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez. There's the strike at the knees.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
0-2 is the count.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And that's
inside,
off
ball 1.
The inside edge. And the count 1-2. Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. Now Correa up to hit. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Roll to short, could be two. Over to second for one. On to first, double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Victor Caratini.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Victor Caratini. That one not close. And that's ball one.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
This one smashed down the right field line. And foul ball. And down on strikes. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Nothing doing there for Houston. And this is still a 4-1 ball game. Fourth game of the ALCS. Here's Paul Goldschmidt.
Paul Goldschmidt.
Goldie, a member of the 2000 hit club. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Brown back to work. And that one upstairs, ball one. That one fouled off. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Smith under it, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. One up, one down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Volpe in the box again, takes a strike. One down, base is empty. And a foul ball. Next pitch is outside.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
Fastball is outside. And that's outside. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
That's a tough one to swallow right there. If you're on the mound, you're ahead in the count 0-2, and you just couldn't find a way to put him away. It's going to be frustrating if that one comes back to bite him.
Brown with a move to first. Volpe back easily. Down the left field line, base hit. Volpe around second, heading for third. Not in time. He's safe.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there.
That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
2 on, 1 out. And up next for manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. New pitcher now, A.J. Blueball.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
That missed by a lot, and it's 1-0. Just off the outside edge.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Runners at the corners, 1 away. And we're at the top of the 5th. Back to the mound. Might have him hung up here. Throw home. Not in time. The run scores. And they lead by 4.
Now batting, designated hitter Giancarlo Stanton.
First and second, 1 out. Now here's the Yankees cleanup hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. And takes low for ball 1. Two on, 1 out. On the ground to third. And that's a fair ball. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single, and the lead is up to 5.
Comes through with the RBI. There's nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped, caught out in front, and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
Runners at the corners here, 1 away. Now here's Trent Grisham. Fastball for a strike. Oh, 1 down. And ball 1. In there at the knees. And that's strike 2.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. You can either strike this guy out or get ground ball, double play.
Try to get him to chase on the changeup that time.
Good miss with that changeup away. He needs a ball on the ground for a double play, minimize the potential threat right here. On the hitter's side, nice job of laying off that pitch.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's a blue zone right there, or the cold zone on the hitting chart. Just doesn't have much success in that part of the strike zone. And a really good job of the pitcher executing. Try to go there as often as you can. The numbers are in your favor.
Rice in the box for the 3rd time today as he takes that one off the plate. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Judge at third. Stanton on at first with 2 down. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
2 on, 2 outs. A changeup missing, and it's 2-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. tripped up. Foul territory behind the plate. Caratini makes the grab, and that is that. They put 2 on the board on 2 base hits. No errors, but 2 are left stranded. Last half of the 5th coming up. Yankees 6 and the Astros 1. Back here at Dyken Park, we head to the bottom of the 5th. And stepping in for the Astros, Jose Altuve.
Not a surprise he's off to a good start in this one, given he enjoys playing so much at home. Let's see if he can make it 2 for 2.
First pitch misses.
Well, these Astros just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just 1 extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
That one ripped. Going back onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Now batting, right fielder.
Now it's the right fielder, Jesus Sanchez. That's in there. 0-1. The Yanks leading by 5. Last half of inning number 5. And now 1 and 2.
Strikes.
And it stays fair. So a man at first. So next up for Houston, Jake Myers. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it to improve your game, but ultimately you either have it or you don't.
Man at first, 1 away. On the ground to third. To second. That's 1. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We're through 5. Yankees 6 and the Astros 1. Top of the 6th inning, and stepping in for the Yankees, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
Fastball is outside. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. Just missed. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Man at first, nobody out. And next for New York, Ryan McMahon. He's already homered in this game. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Nobody out, runner at first. That one's in there. Strike 1. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Foul ball there. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Paul Goldschmidt will climb in. Both two in this one. Breaking ball inside. Ball one. Chisholm stands at first with one out.
1-1.
Right through there for a strike.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
That's a little bit low.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
And now a flare into left. And that's a fair ball. Around second is Jazz. The throw in, and he's safe. So it's first and third with one down.
Didn't exactly square that one out, but sometimes you don't have to. It really turned on that one, and as it hooked down the line, it was hard to tell if it would stay fair, but it just barely sneaked in there.
So the batting order turns over. And now the shortstop, Anthony Volpe. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Spencer Arrighetti gets the call from the pen.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Liner, base hit. Here comes Jazz, and he scores. It's an RBI single, and it's now a 6-run lead. He's in there.
Back-to-back base hits, just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Now it's the switch-hitting outfielder, Jason Dominguez. Ground ball right side, could be two. To second, that's one. Back to the pitcher covering. It's a double play. Nicely done, and that'll do it. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Yankees 7 and the Astros 1. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. And that's in for a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
In the air, right side. Judge makes the grab, one away.
Now batting, number 11.
Cam Smith now at the plate, 1 for 2. And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Judge pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, first baseman,
Isaac Paredes will hit next. Misses inside. And that's ball 1.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
And a strike. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That one way inside. Two down, nobody on. Here in game 4 of the ALCS. In the air, left side. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Nothing across here this half. Game 4 heads to the 7th inning now. It's the Yankees 7 and the Astros 1. Back here in Houston, Aaron Judge at the plate.
Right fielder,
With this
Aaron
kind of
Judge.
lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
And Judge spoils that one.
You know, these Yankees putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. The numbers paint a pretty clear picture. The offense likes playing with fire today. 7 of their hits have come off of fastballs, so that tells me their timing is pretty locked in right now.
Ball, that's out.
He swings and fouls one off. Judge waits. Judge rips that one. Myers ranging back and brings it in at the wall.
So with that fastball approach in mind, it'll be interesting to see if we see any adjustments in terms of the pitch calling. And clearly there's been a need to mix it up a little bit more than they have.
Out towards right center field. Sanchez on the run. That's out number 2.
Now batting, center fielder, Trent Grisham.
2 down, bases empty. Here's the center fielder, Trent Grisham. He's already homered here in this one. First
Ball
pitch
1.
doesn't find the zone.
Counts 1-0.
That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. The Yankees up big in this one late here in game 4. Swing and a ball popped in the air, and it drops in.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
And up next for New York, Ben Rice. 1 for 3. And first offering is fouled off. Grisham, the runner at first with 2 gone. They say he went.
0-2.
Next pitch is downstairs.
Ball.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Strikes him out, went with the sweeper, and it worked. 1 left for the Yankees, and they're on top 7-1. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Ian Hamilton.
And he's had 3 days off since he pitched last, so expect him to be totally rested. I'm sure he's itching for this opportunity right now.
Now it's Yordan Alvarez.
Astros designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez.
That misses. 1-0. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Camilo Doval getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Off the plate. Now 2-0.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
And another ball.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Next offering is in for a strike.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on the tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance. If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
And a rope into center field, base hit. And now 2 aboard.
Up next for the Astros, catcher Victor.
Now the catcher up to hit, Victor Caratini. That one's in there, 0-1.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
Strike 2.
They can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
0-2 now. And a slider misses down and away. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. First and second, no outs. Here at the bottom of the 7th. On the ground, 2 ball. Glove flip for 1 on to Goldschmidt. That's 2.
Very smooth on the feed to second right there. You got to love that glove toss, Boone. You know, sometimes people think these guys are being a little flashy, but it actually can make more sense to do that than try to make a full transfer. And you got to remember, these guys work on that play all the time, so it's in their back pocket whenever they need it.
Altuve in the box now. No balls and a strike. Swings through that one for strike 2.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
2 outs. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Got him looking, and he didn't like the call. 1 left for Houston. They're down 7-1. And we're back, ready to begin the 8th. And stepping in for the Yankees, Jazz Chisholm Jr. The Astros turn to a new arm on the mound, Bennett Sousa.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
That one finds the zone, and that's strike one.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Inside, nope. Just inside. Missed. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Corrals it, and there's one down.
Now batting, third baseman Ryan
McMahon steps to the plate. And when you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list. And that one clips the corner.
Stud. When you look at players like this, you play that hot corner, got to be pretty courageous over there with the way balls come off the bat. That's the kind of guy that every year you expect him to be in the All-Star game and have a Gold Glove, if not a Platinum Glove.
Bases empty, one away here in Game 4 of the ALCS. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Great catch, foul ground up against the wall.
Up next for the Yankees, first baseman Paul Goldschmidt.
Now it's Goldschmidt up to the plate. So what are the skills you look for that make a really good defensive third baseman that elite?
Well, Boog, one of the things I think about immediately are just the feet. Does he have good feet? Is he able to quickly react? And when you have good feet, you've got soft hands. And soft hand defenders are able to make tough plays look easy.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Here's a 1-1.
2-1.
Two down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. That one the other way. Dives and it gets by. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Back to the top of the order now. Anthony Volpe stepping in now for the Yankees.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
First pitch just misses. Goldie at second with 2 down. Next offering upstairs. Pop foul out of play off to the right. That one down the line, and that's just foul. Struck him out looking. 1 hit, 1 left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Yankees 7 and the Astros 1. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Camilo Doval. And now the right fielder, Jesus Sanchez.
Right fielder,
Doval, a former All-Star, 27 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. in for a strike. Good slider.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch you'll see in this at bat to hit.
That one off the mark, and now it's even 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. That misses the zone, and the count is even 2-2. In the air, right field. Makes the catch. Then there's one down.
Up next for the Astros, center fielder,
Jake Myers digs in now. Right through there for a strike. Movement in the Yankees pen. Scott Efros getting loose out there. Weaver also getting ready. The Astros with a lot of ground to make up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Line drive, makes the grab for the second out.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the shortstop, Jeremy Pena. 0 for 3 in this one. That misses, and that's ball 1. The shortstop takes the ball. Next offering is in for a strike. Two down, nobody on.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's off the mark, and that's ball 3. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. All set to start the 9th in this one. At the plate, Jason Dominguez. Sousa back to work. Line to left. Smith makes the catch. And there's one down.
now batting right fielder Aaron
It's
Judge.
Aaron Judge now. And that misses. And it's 1-0. Other thing in this part, I mean, he could sneeze one over the left field wall into those Crawford box seats. That one hit to right. And that is a foul ball. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So a man aboard now with one away. And now it's Giancarlo Stanton. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Sanchez makes the play, 2 away.
Up next for the Yankees, center fielder Trent Grisham.
And next for New York, Trent Grisham. That one pushed to the left and foul. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 0-2.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
Checks his swing, appeal to third, and he went around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one left. 2-3-4 set to hit in the bottom of the ninth. It's the Yankees 7 and the Astros 1.
Now pitching for the
Back
New York
now
Yankees.
as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start
Number
the bottom
30.
of the ninth, Luke Weaver.
Luke Weaver.
Here's the left fielder,
Leading off
Cam
for the
Smith.
Astros, left fielder, number 11.
Right through there for a strike. Ball one there. And that is out of play. Outside with a breaking ball. That one just misses. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
And now the first baseman, Isaac Paredes. Ground ball left side, could be two. Off balance feed, there's one. They get the double play, and just one out to go now.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
So they're down to their final out. Yordan Alvarez getting ready to hit. That clips the zone. That's strike one. The Yanks up big in this one late here in game 4. Next one misses, and it's 1-2.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
Weaver is just one strike away. Two outs. And downstairs.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 3. Towards first. Steps on the bag himself. Ball game.
Well, you can tell these players feel great and also relieved to even up this series. There's so much on the line. You've worked so hard to get here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Game 7 in this series.
So Singy, as the numbers show, a great performance on the mound in this one.
Absolutely, and that really set the tone from the beginning. A fantastic effort.
And a 7-1 finish in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Sciambi. Thanks for joining us.
Mama business like a melon sugar. I'm still kicking like Bukayo Saka. I was so low but I learned how to fly. Can you believe I was a road runner? I was confined in the dragon's den. I was breathing no oxygen. Look what I built from a xeno of light. Deep in the cold I was really outside. Lord told me read so I took his advice. I'm blessed, now I can bring visions to life. Organically I'm a G. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Bouger, bouger, bouger. That chocolate au body. Darling, if you know up, you cannot get GGG.